Hello, Internet, and welcome to another intangible episode of The Curse of the Boring Movie, the only show on the internet that can and will steal every joke from Cracked. I'm Daniel, whoa man, and today's topic will be Interstellar is a fun movie about a burnt cashew traveling through outer space in search of the true meaning of love. And if you're wondering why fun movie was in air quotes, it's because it's not. It's a boring movie. And here's why. Interstellar was originally pitched as a script specifically for Steven Spielberg. That's right, our patron saint and lord of childhood whimsy and trauma, not mutually exclusive.
Okay, kid. Out of the box, now!
And this is a great idea. Give the movie about astronauts traveling through space in search of love to the guy who did E.T. Bring Spielberg back to the niche genre of aliens being a metaphor for stressed family dynamics. But no. Instead, they gave the director's chair to Christopher Nolan, a man who, I'm pretty sure, inner monologues in the low monotone of HAL 9000.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
And yes, I will admit Christopher Nolan can be a good director, like in The Dark Knight, basically The Departed, also a good movie, but with Batman, and in the time where Batman made everything better and not worse. And while I still love that movie, don't give him your script about Flash or Gordon neglecting his parental duties to find Jason Bourne. Give that script to the guy who made Schindler's List.
I could have got more.
For your uplifting
I didn't do enough.
family drama. In space. Here, let me explain. At the core of Interstellar is one relationship between Matt and degrading pet name number 3012. The main conflict is between his want to explore the furthest reaches of space and his need to be a father to his two kids. This is perfect territory for Spielberg, who has mastered this dynamic. Do you want me to name a Spielberg movie where the dad has to overcome a personal want in order to be with his family? Okay, Hook, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, War of the Worlds, Lincoln, Minority Report, and I'm pretty sure others have undertones of fatherhood sprinkled throughout. And don't even get me started about space movies. And what is the one notable father in any other Christopher Nolan movie? And yes, Cobb is a dad, but the joke is funny if you just remember Thomas Wayne. Steven Spielberg is a master at emotion. Even his lesser films have a habit of making people cry. Interstellar is a movie about a man leaving his family to go to space and having to deal with the fallout of his actions. The strained relationship with his crewmates, the isolation of outer space, and the deteriorated responsibility he had to be a father to his two children. It's a perfect Spielberg movie. However, Christopher Nolan is not the worst director for this film, but I wish it was directed by anyone else, please. Just not the guy who took all of the levity out of Superman. As far as he's concerned, fatherhood and parental responsibilities are motivations for other people, secondary motivations, but not the forefront of their character. Side note, I know a lot of people, especially Jake, will point to Inception to the contrary. But what do you remember most? The heist and the dead wife, or the kids? And even so, one movie focused on a dad, kinda, versus an entire filmography focused on the subject of fatherhood. I'll go with Spielberg. Wait, really? With all the great movies like Star Wars, Star Trek, Moon, Sunshine, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, E.T., Moonraker. Okay, well, I'm glad we clarified that. It would have just been easier to say that to begin with. That way I wouldn't have to remember Moonraker. Space, the final frontier. Space is the most interesting thing not in this world, just as movies, television, and those He-Man action figures have been telling us for ages. Just looking up at the stars fills our minds with possibilities. But then this movie had to go and ruin space. How do you do that, movie? You've ruined space. Space is where I want to go to get away from my boring life in this basement, but you decide to fill all that empty space with math and quantum physics and other big words I can't think of right now. Your story is centered around love, around the idea and the conceit that love is a theoretically quantifiable thing, and that could work, but not if you ruin it with math. I mean, it's great you have the most theoretically correct movie when it comes to space travel. It's great you got Neil deGrasse Tyson to work on your dumb movie. But if you want to have your theoretically infinite cake and eat it, leave out the speech about love and the family dynamics and always cutting back to Earth to see what the stupid not in outer space people are doing. If you want to be scientifically accurate, then go play your dumb movie at the observatory and leave your fun space movie with me. Love is great. I happen to be in love. However, love does not equal math. And this is where the biggest missteps are with the movie. And to explain more about what I mean, I am going to spoil the ever-loving out of this movie. So Burnt Toast is now alone on his starship thing and is falling into a black hole, and he ejects when the computer tells him to, and is... where? He's in an infinite loop of bookcases and cubbies. He knocks over one of the books and reveals Murph and himself in the past. He starts to break down in tears as he travels through time. Then the computer tells him that some fifth-dimensional being sent him there to communicate with Murph, and that his love for his daughter sent him there to help her. And I'm not making that up.
In their fifth dimension, they saved us.
What in the world has this roasted peanut done because he loves his daughter? Why on earth is that worthy of fifth-dimensional beings interacting with him? Oh, and did you forget he had a son? Because he and the movie both did. You see, Cooper, yeah, his name's Cooper. I didn't say that before because it's a dumb name and I wanted to make fun of Matthew Macadamia Nutjob over here. Tells Murph, also a dumb name, that she can do anything. Then he gets the chance to go into outer space. You know, the thing that he really wants to do, and you can tell because he straight up tells you, and then he just leaves her for the rest of her life. He abandons her to live out the rest of his days with almost no interaction with her father. Because the editing jumps back and forth a lot, you get the impression that their stories are intertwined, but you're wrong. Murph saves humanity on her own. Cooper's mission was useless, and everybody knows it. In fact, he is such a father that when he finally does reunite with his daughter, he's told that she is on her deathbed and is escorted out because she needs to be with her family. He's not a part of her family anymore because he abandoned her as a child. And yet the movie wants to preach to us about love, a force so strong that fifth-dimensional beings recognize it and arbitrarily claim that Cooper has enough of it to go about messing with time. This movie is an 8.6 on IMDb. It's rated higher than The Lion King. The Good Lion King. This movie is 2 hours and 49 minutes long. Christopher Nolan, please don't be mad that I hated your stupid movie. Even great directors have a stinker every now and again. Steven Spielberg might even have a few. I can't think of any right now, though. So don't take this too personally, but your movie is boring. It prioritizes scientific theories and hypotheses over emotion. It puts admittedly impressive visuals above character and relationships. And above all, it puts realism above crafting an engaging story, and that is why your movie is boring. What? No, that was a great outro. Oh, I see what this is. Did I hurt your feelings? Oh. Well, join us next time where our topic will be, do androids dream of electric sheep? Maybe we can ask Christopher Nolan. Bye.